Good morning, everyone. I think it is time to get us going. I think most of us who are going to be here in person are here. A couple of people will arrive as they come, and that's perfectly fine. Obviously, if you need to come and go as you wish during the day, you're most welcome. Allow me please officially welcome you to the 12th consecutive PyCon ZA, which will be the second hybrid conference. We have several online guests with us today, and obviously those of us who are in this room, and the second one in Durban. I am going to quickly purport to speak on behalf of everybody in this room who also lives in or around Durban, to say thank you to the guys who don't for coming to join us in Durban today. We've laid on some pretty good weather for you. It's really stupidly hot, but that's normal for Durban. That is qualify as pretty good weather in Durban. We've got 50 people here today, which should be another 65 or so online, so call it 120 as the conference goes, which is a good turnout. I first just need to mention, if you guys were here last year, you might remember in the middle of these opening remarks, and frankly, no one remembers the opening remarks because they're not the exciting part about the conference, but I left out something quite important to the end of these opening remarks, so instead I'm going to do that right now. Bathrooms. Bathrooms are at the back of this room. You go up the stairs to the back wall at the back, and you take a left, and you go to the end of the room, and the men's is almost at the end, and the ladies is at the end. This conference, like every year, is only possible with the assistance of very generous sponsors. Our platinum sponsor this year is the Python Software Foundation. And at this point, I am going to read things because, frankly, I haven't memorized this. The mission of the Python Software Foundation is to promote, protect, and advance the Python programming language, and to support and facilitate the growth of a diverse internet. Sorry, the delay is killing me. This is really throwing me. To support and facilitate the growth of a diverse and international community of Python programmers. The majority of the PSF's work is focused on empowering and supporting people within the Python community. Sorry. I'm going to take myself slightly further away and out of your way. Okay, cool. The PSF has active grant programs that support sprints, conferences, like this one, meetups, user groups, Python development efforts all over the world. Being part of the PSF means being part of the Python community. Recently, the PSF changed to an open membership organization, which basically means any of us could be a member of the PSF. You used to have to be a contributor in some way. That really meant if you spent an hour a year doing open source development or writing docs or doing something Pythonic, you qualified. They've done away even with that. Everyone is welcome to be a member of the PSF. We're also sponsored this year as a patron sponsor by Thinkst Canary. Thinkst Canaries are deployed on networks in all 7 continents, which does include Antarctica, and are pretty widely loved. Thinkst people have been at the forefront of both offensive and defensive cybersecurity research for almost 2 decades. And they presented research and indeed keynoted at most of the reputable conferences worldwide, including this one. We do have some Thinkst people online with us today. Welcome. Thank you for the generous sponsorship. It's maybe a good slight point to note. When I say people are online, there's a camera at the back of there's a camera at the back of this room, there's a camera at the back of the talk room 1, and there's a camera at the front of talk room 2 because that's remote talks. So everything happening in these rooms is being streamed directly for our online participants. Our third patron sponsor, very generous, supports us every year, is Afrolabs. Afrolabs' experimental software helps to design and create products for funded startups and to support their teams. They work with entrepreneurs who have great ideas and need a team to help them take their dreams from idea to market. They supplement existing technical teams with a range of skills, from UX through various experience levels of developer, and they offer leadership and technical excellence. David Campy is with us today, giving you a wave from the front here. Thank you, David. Your support's always appreciated. We thoroughly appreciate having you with us. Your ticket for this in-person version also entitles you to take part in the online stuff. The online stuff is on Discord. You can interact with our online attendees there as well. There's an invite QR code here if you want to scan the screen right now. Otherwise, the same QR code is at the back at reception. It is the same as last year. So if you joined the Discord last year or 2020 or 2021, you're same server. Yeah. I have lost my place. Yeah. Adriana Pinska is one of our organizers. She's online. She will be online for the full conference on Discord. If you need some help with anything, she's probably the first port of call. She'll be a bit more online than those of us who are here. Adriana also didn't know I was going to say that, so she's slightly panicking now. I would just request, if you take any pictures, I know David you already have, and other people probably have as well, on the Discord there's a channel for pictures, in-person pictures it's called. Please share your pictures there. We'd love to have as many pictures as we can of the conference. Our talk schedule refers to oops, sorry, my apologies. This is last year's opening slides. This is wrong. The talk schedule refers to main hall, talk room 1, talk room 2. We are in the main hall. Talk room 1, the door to the front here. Talk room 2, quite obviously, the other one. Main hall will have in-person talks. Talk room 1 will have in-person talks. Talk room 2 is set up for remote talks. A very important note, please, and there's sort of a kind of bit of an appeal for help. If you'd like to be part of the conference in a hands-on way, we would love some volunteers for a couple of things. It's very handy to have MCs in each room, so basically introduce the speaker. At the end of the talk, if there are questions, literally carry the microphone to the person with the question. It's a facilitation role. It's not super complicated. It's quite enjoyable. If you would like to be an MC for this conference, please, after the keynote, we have a tea break. Please meet me in the back of talk room 2, I said, yes. Quick briefing for MCs in talk room 2, the one at the back. And I'm sorry, I've lost my place again. Oh yes, the other one. MCs are one area we need help. The other area we need help is with the video equipment. At the back of each room, there's a computer and a camera. I can't actually see who's driving the camera right now, but somebody is. My eyes aren't actually good enough to see the gloom. I know there's a human. I can't tell which human, but somebody's at the camera. Perfect. So for each talk, there's a camera operator and somebody at the computer. What the camera operator is doing is, well, operating the camera. Zoom, pan, if the speaker happens to stride up and down, I'll do that now just to give Sheena a hard time. That's the kind of thing the camera operator is doing. On the computer side, there's several things that need to be done. The feed from the camera, the feed from the slides, they need to be mixed together at the computer operator's will. It's good fun, actually. It's a good way to be involved. Similarly, if you'd like to do that for us, it means you'll be in the talks. You don't miss anything doing either the MC or the volunteers. You're still in those talks. Please meet Adam, talk room 2, after the keynote. At the back of the room, you might have noticed when you came in, there's a little pedestal with a little white camera Deutsche on it. That is a 360-degree camera with a set of speakers attached. The intention being a remote presence facility so that people online can chat to us, basically. So during the tea breaks or otherwise, people online, you're welcome to join the remote presence channel. You will see out that camera. You'll see the people standing around the laptop. You'll hear them when they talk. We'll hear you when you talk. So if you, at tea, for the in-person people, if you want to chat to people who are online, please congregate around that device there. For the people who are online, if you want to talk to us, please join that channel. We would just ask, please don't, as an online attendee, talk in that channel during the talks, obviously, because it makes a noise at the back of the room. Talk room 2, which I was a moment ago, just a note, in this room, the camera is focused on the speaker, the slides, etc. Talk room 1, similarly, cameras at the back, focus on the speaker. Talk room 2, because they're remote talks, the camera looks at the audience so that our speaker can see who is talking to. If you don't want to be on camera, for whatever reason, it's recorded and streamed live, so you'll be on camera and forever on YouTube if you put yourself in that room. The right side of the room is not covered by the camera. So you can sit on the right, you won't be on camera. At the back of the room, the sliding doors onto the deck. They're not automatic, but they are unlocked. You're welcome to open them up, go out anytime. Obviously, as is the standard South African requirement, smoking is done out there and at the far end if possible. You will notice if you have been outside, if you haven't yet been outside, please take the opportunity. We're very high up. We've got magnificent ocean views from up here. All of them Umhlanga spread before us, all of Durban Bay. You can probably see up to Ballito. Some of my colleagues I know live north of Ballito. I suspect they can see the houses. Final little piece of waffle from me. We have lightning talks tomorrow afternoon. Talks please to be submitted via the website, za.pycon.org, which presumably you must know because at some point you registered and you're here. All right. My colleague has corrected me. Don't go to the website. Please submit your lightning talks by email. talks@za.pycon.org. That is on the website, so you can go to the website to get the email address, but use the email address to submit the talk. They'll come to Neil Foster that way. If you're not familiar with what I mean by lightning talk, it's not actually a talk about lightning, although that would be interesting. It's a 5-minute presentation on absolutely anything vaguely Pythonish, or something to do with Python in some way that you think would be interesting. It's a great way to give your first talk without having to prepare a 45-minute presentation. You don't have to have slides. You don't have to have any visual media whatsoever. If you've got something to tell us, you've got 5 minutes to tell us about it submit a lightning talk. They are often one of the highlights of the conference because lots of people who are either unwilling, don't think they've got a full topic, a little scared of the public speaking aspect. Lightning talks are a great way to start. It's 5 minutes, doesn't take long, no prep, assuming you have, something to speak about. We are not, unfortunately, able to take remote lightning talks, but if you're remote, if you're an online attendee and you have a lightning talk idea, please get in touch with one of our participants who's here, and we can coordinate that. Your in-person participant can be your kind of feet on the ground, effectively, if you have a lightning talk idea. Despite starting a few minutes late, I'm still too early for the keynote. And with our in-person presenters, obviously we don't want to chop and change the schedule too much because people are expecting to join potentially the keynote at 9:30, not necessarily listening to me waffle on. I am reminded, though, something I have forgotten because it wasn't written down. If you do have bags to store, some people might have their baggage from their room or haven't checked into the hotel yet. The hotel downstairs, so take the elevator down to the ground floor, go to the reception in this building, the Splendid Inn. They will keep your luggage for you and give you a tag in their luggage storage room. At some point last night where we were setting up the sound, David and others were trying to encourage me to test it by singing. I will not do that to you, you're in luck. But we're also a little bit early. So if I can crave indulgence, I'm not going to make up things to say for 7 minutes. That seems a bit pointless. We'll get to Rudy's keynote at 9:30. So you get 7 minutes to either grab some tea, grab some snacks, chat to your mates. We'll kick off at 9:30. Thank you.